you go until you give in. Taking control of your feelings.
Hello class, today we're going to be working on videos, working with videos and keyframes, and some of the things we can do with opacity and arranging our video, what our audience sees on the screen using Premiere Pro. The actual assignment is our Clemson Ecology. You're not just a person in a place, you're part of a larger ecology, right? We're connected with the other people with whom we live, and the language that we all bring and all of our past history and the past history of place, and also in thinking about our futurity and how we're all connected together, what we're going to be making through our doing, right? And using our theory, our episteme to get there. So this is going to be due on the 9th of November, but you can get this assignment done right now. Walk around, find cool things, and let's start collecting video, sticking it together, right? I also want a little bit of narration on this, so we're kind of building on those podcasting skills, right? We're going to think about our voice and how we can make our voice work for our video, right? So it might take a bunch of takes, it might take you going in your closet, but let's collect some audio as well. Let's think about how we can put the two together. So hopefully you're using music, hopefully you're going to use your voice, and let's get into working with videos. So what we want to do is obviously import our assets. I'm going to throw in my music, wherever you want that music to show up on the track. Again, sometimes Premiere Pro doesn't do what it wants you to do, so it's going to take a couple times. I've got my Cool Vibes music that I found on YouTube and I imported in. Let's see how that sounds. Awesome. Okay, little noir music. So what's up next? I'm going to take my video. This is video that I collected with one of those super cool cameras. All right, class, so when you're working with an asset, you probably want to delete the audio. If it's not usable, we go to right click, we hit unlink, and then we can delete the audio. If we don't do that, what happens is I try to delete the asset. You delete the whole asset. So you got to unlink these. You can't just unlink the audio. I'm sorry, you can't just delete. You got to unlink the audio first. So unlink, delete it. All right. So doing opacity and such. Let's say I want to start fading in maybe right around here to this other asset. Okay. I could use a standard effect, or I could just do it on my own. So what I want to do is I want to make sure my asset is highlighted. I want to make sure that I'm going to line up my video right where this other video stops. Okay, we can see how that's working there. Sometimes you got to blow it up to make sure you really hit that mark. All right, but I'm there right now. And what I want to do is I want to go up into this effects control right here. Effects control. Make sure you're on that asset. And I want to play around with this opacity. So I'm going to open up my opacity. I'm going to make sure again my asset is where I want it. My asset is highlighted, and I've moved my timeline right where I want it. I'm going to hit that toggle. Bam. And what that's telling me is at this point we want our opacity to be 100% at this mark. But I can move back to the start of the clip. Okay, and to do that, we always use this timeline up here at the top. Okay, that's the asset timeline, not the total like film timeline. It's just for the asset. So I'm going to move this timeline to the beginning of the asset, and I'm going to bring down that opacity. Okay, I'm going to bring it all the way down to 0. So what I've created here, if we watch this rendering, is going to be a fade. Fade in. Here it comes. Okay. All the way up to 100%. All right. Pretty cool. But again, that's how I do it. All right. So a couple other things. We can, let's say we wanted to zoom out in our video. Okay, we can do that with keyframes too. Okay, maybe right here we want to zoom into that room real fast, or we want to just create some sort of new effect with our zoom. Well, we can do that through scale or position, whatever we want to do. I'm going to hit my toggle for scale to say, hey, I'm going to activate this. And I'm going to move just in advance of that toggle. And I'm going to set my first parameter, right, where I want it to go to. Actually, I'm going to move it to where I want it to totally drop down to. Okay, so I want to scale in at this door maybe, and I'm going to zoom in now right to here because I've got my keyframe set up. I'm going to zoom in maybe to there, I'm not sure. So let's see what happens here. Right into the trash can. The wall, I guess. Okay, so I've zoomed in. We have that sort of effect control as well. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll add other audios. It's kind of a silly effect. I'm just going to delete it out. But if I want to introduce another asset, I can do that as well. So I've got this piano going here. I'm going to separate the audio from it on link. Right? I've layered this over the top. But I'm going to scale it back out. And I can do a split screen this way too. So make sure you've highlighted the asset. And I can move it to the side. Move that audio over. Here's what I've got going on now. So this is how you can do something like a split screen. Sometimes you'll see a video travel in from the side that just appeared, but we can also move video. We can use our keyframes to do that. So establish where you want the video, where do you want it in its position. Okay, I've done that. And now I'm going to highlight that asset. I'm going to go up to my position. Okay, hit my keyframe. This is where I want it to go. And then I'm going to go back to the start of that video or the start of that asset. So I've moved my timeline on my asset back to the start, and I'm going to move my position there. I'm going to move it all the way out. So what happens is when I hit play, it's going to arrive. Okay, and I can make it go back out too. Just set a keyframe to say here's the start position, and then I'm going to move it out to where I want it to go. That's this one right here. You can make it go out the other way if we really want to. There it is. Right at the end of that asset. This is where it gets just a little bit tricky because you can't see it. So you got to move it back. There we go. You might need to cut this out if it appears later on. Why don't we bring it out the other way? I didn't want to go that way. Hit the Control Z. But we can bring it out the other way. We can even scale this way, way, way out so we can find out where that little bump is. It's probably the best way to do it. It's not working either. But what I can do is I can bring it out again the way it came. There we are. So let's see what this looks like. That was kind of cool. Can't break the stuff. I'm going to do another overlay just for fun, just to show you how opacity works. So I'm going to bring in another video. See what happens here. I'm going to get rid of my audio on this video. And see what's in this asset. Let's zoom out. I think there's something cool here with pipes, and I recall. She was like, dude, don't get me on camera. Okay. Kind of in the bowels of this building here. Position it where you want it. Okay. I could use my opacity here if I wanted to. I'm going to highlight on that asset. I'm going to hit opacity. Hit the keyframe. Make sure you're all dialed in. Go back to the start of that asset. Do that up here. I'm going to bring that opacity down to 0. Wherever you want it to start. Great. Okay. So, using keyframes. There you go. Anyways, I look forward to seeing your videos, and remember, those are due. Your videos are going to be due on the 9th of November. That's the same day your research argument is due. So, be collecting videos right now, and let's get that video made ASAP. It's just a 1 to 2 minute video, a little bit of narration. Make sure you bring in some music and start using some of these effects that show that you know how to work with keyframes in Premiere Pro. Anyways, I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys have a good couple days, and I will be on campus on Friday for conferences. And ready to devote that time to you. Okay? Thank you.